Working at Wendy's was absolutely horrible. I constantly had to run around from counter to counter, dropping many chicken nuggets. May they rest in peace. Then I had to clean up the nuggets, then the lobby, then the most dreaded place, the bathrooms. Those things were so disgusting and it always smelled like absolute crap. There are so many times where I've seen blood in the stalls, and no, it wasn't the women's restrooms. It was in fact the men's. There was so much blood. Anyway, after working there for about a month, I decided to try and find somewhere else to get money. I found the new light in the darkness, the infamous Walmart. For the youngins out there, it's the store that goes, insert cash or select payment type. I got the chance to work at Walmart for my friend Only Soap. Well, I wouldn't call it chance, it's more by force. Soap had constantly been asking me to switch over to Walmart ever since I got my license. Literally any moment I was with him, he brought it up at least once. And after no consideration whatsoever because of the amount of pay I got, I accepted. My life was about to change. Okay, now that all of the TikTok attention span and YouTube short people are gone, I can actually go into detail about what it was and is like working at Walmart. My orientation, which barely even was an orientation, started like this. I walk up to the front customer service desk and talk to one of the ladies saying that I had orientation. She was an older lady, who I found later was almost 80 and had very short gray hair. While I wait in the service room, a few other kids show up. From what I remember, one of the new employees was a pregnant teenager, a really big guy who was about a foot taller than me, and a familiar face I'll call Whirple. After about 5 minutes, a lady named Tamelia comes in and tells us to follow her to the back of the store. Wumbo goes first in line, and I follow right after until we reach a very quiet room full of 5 very old computers. We are told to sit down at a table, and Tamelia gives us a 3-hour spiel about working at Walmart. During this, it seemed like the pregnant lady was having contractions, the tall guy was sleeping, and Wingnut kept asking question after question. And finally, after all of that time, plus another day where I just sit at the computers and watch educational work videos, I get to start my first official day. Pause. Guess what, guys? For the first time ever, I am sponsored. Hey you, yeah you. Feeling tired? Need a boost? Meet Swift Energy, the ultimate solution. Unleash the power within with zero sugar and all natural ingredients. Fuel your passion, crush your goals, Swift has got your back. No more almost falling asleep editing for hours on end. Get the energy you need to conquer your day. Swift was kind enough to let me have my own discount. So if you are ever wanting a quick boost, use my discount code FigmentPie in all caps and check out for 30% off your entire order. They come in so many flavors, including sour blue raspberry and sweet rocket popsicle. If I get at least 20 purchases using my code, I get to reveal something amazing that I can't wait for all of you to see. So make sure to use my code FigmentPie at checkout for 30% off. You'd be helping me and Swift a great deal, and I really appreciate it. Link in the description. Alright, back to the video. When I get inside the building, I walk to the back where I meet my managers or team leads at the time. There was Tara, Brew, Quantum, and Cariel. Tara was older and very nice. Brew was a very younger guy in his 30s with blonde hair. Quantum was very short and had a bad reputation. And finally, we made it to Cariel. She's the only manager still working at Walmart, as most of the others quit. She's very nice, but still makes sure everyone gets their work done. Cariel calls over an employee named Bailey. Bailey also still works at Walmart and is one of my favorite coworkers. She taught me how to do this thing called a pick walk, where you get a work phone, go down aisles, you scan a barcode and make the phone beep, then you put the groceries into a bag, then into a tote, and bring it to the back. I pick walk for about 3 months until Quantum decides to have me do another job called dispensing. When you dispense, you bring out totes full of groceries and put them into people's cars. It can be a pretty hefty task and is very stressful, but it is nothing compared to Wendy's. I walk to the dispensing room where a guy about my age teaches me how to dispense. We can call him Zaxxon. He is also one of my favorite coworkers and might actually comment on this video. If he is here, hi Zaxxon! Anyway, he teaches me the ropes, and mind you, there's basically a blizzard outside, but hey, it's alright, we can just push through. Never back down, never what? Beep sound effect here. I said beep sound effect here! I have so many work stories, but I'm going to save those for a different video. Here are a few of the big ones to finish this video off. On my second day of work, I met one of the best Walmart workers I've ever laid eyes on. Some, probably very little, of you know Highlight, a member of my Discord server, link in the description, who is one of my best pals. He found me about 2 hours before my shift was over while I was hiding in the corner on my phone, and he starts talking to me. We get a good conversation going when Quantum comes over and tells him to teach me reshops. Reshops is just putting items back where they go, super easy. We walk around for a little while making small conversation, and we finish after about an hour. By now, we have grown a liking to each other, and he tells me to come with him to what he calls the funny aisle. I didn't know what the heck he was showing me until we made it there and I burst out laughing. It was the sexual pleasure section, full of many toys. We laugh it off for a little and head to the back. He departs for the night, and before I left to go home, I heard a light squeaking in the background. I look around to find where the noise is coming from, and after about 5 minutes, I find a bird flying around the ceiling, tweeting very loudly. I have no idea what to do. I stand there for a good 2 minutes when a bunch of managers come over to handle it. When I finally get in the car and leave, I hear a faint siren going off. I keep driving, and by the time I get to the main road, there are a bunch of police cars heading towards Walmart. I find out my next shift that 2 guys robbed the electronics section and pepper sprayed some employees. My next story is a weird one. It was a week before Christmas, and I got to pick-walk instead of dispense. While I was walking down the cleaning aisle, a man pulls his cart up and asks me where the plungers are. I walk him over to the toiletries, he says thank you, and when I turn around to get more groceries, he grabbed 3 plungers. Then 5. Then 7. All the way up to 17 plungers. I examine his cart a little more and see at least 4 boxes of condoms. I am in a mix of awe and confusion. Why does he have 17 plungers? What are the condoms for? What does this man do in his free time? After finally calming down, Only Soap comes over to me and gives me what looks to be a $100 bill. I am amazed and tell him congrats. I forgot to mention that we can get tips, but technically aren't allowed. But he says no and gives me the bill. I instantly tell him no, but he refuses to give it back. We go back and forth for maybe 2 weeks until finally I give up and he tells me to put it in the bank. Later that night, I talked to my parents about it, and upon further inspection, the dollar bill is fake. In bold, it said, "For motion picture use only," and I become very confused. 2 days later, I go back to work and tell Soap about how the bill is fake. But to my surprise, he tells me he knew the whole time, but forgot to tell me. He said the person he dispensed to gave him the $100 bill to mess with someone, and he chose me. So this whole time, I thought I was going to be able to purchase a Thanos one-piece swimsuit. That is all the stories for now. If you want more, like and comment what you thought. And to end off the video, I wanted to say that Walmart lowered its prices because your mom sat on top of it. Okay, bye. But wait, I have a little sneak peek at the new video ready for you.